Hi guys, Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review on the album Cause of Death by Obituary. Yes, I said that I accidentally, in a past video I said I accidentally left out a few albums, because initially I thought I ran out of albums to review. That's why I just recently ordered a bunch more, which will be here. A few of them will, like, two of them will be here tomorrow, and then the rest will be here within the span of the next, like, week or so. And then one of them will be arriving in August, late August. But yeah, like I said, and then I said, like, I accidentally skipped over to the Death Vivus live album, and then the what was it? Oh yeah, the Death Clock, the second Death Clock album. But I accidentally skipped over. I actually skipped over three. The other two that I just mentioned that I did reviews on already, and then this one. Yeah, I skipped over three, not two. But yeah, so Cause of Death by Obituary. Originally released in 1990, I think. Yeah, 1990. This is actually the remaster from '97. I honestly don't know why they remastered it so early on, because '97 wasn't too long after 1990, so I don't know why they couldn't have waited until, I don't know, early 2000s at least. But anyway, yeah, this is part of the remasters. The lineup for this album is, hold on, gotta take out the pamphlet. Yeah, it's stuck. Okay, so the lineup for this album is, there we go. The lineup for this album is John vocals, Trevor Pierce on rhythm guitar, James Murphy on lead guitar, Frank Watkins on bass guitar, and Donald Tardy on drums. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, so first up, the artwork. The artwork is what drew me into the album in the first place. I love it. It's like some kind of weird field, I guess, some kind of weird field somewhere. There's like giant, almost looks like some giant, either teeth or rib cage parts. I don't know. They kind of look like teeth, giant teeth, but they also kind of look like giant pieces of rib cage. And then there's this weird sort of, I guess this is supposed to be a tree, but like there's like faces on it. I don't know if you can see, but there's faces on it. And then on the bottom there's like a pile of skulls, and then what is that? There's like some weird sort of, I guess some kind of weird, I don't know, maybe a funeral pyre up there. A little stand to, I don't know. And then in the sky, oh yeah, this is a tree, because there's like a branch, and then there's like a person in like webs. There's a person just stuck in the webs of like a spider. And then in the sky there's like an eye. But this almost looks like a goat's eye. Like, see the shape of the pupil? Almost looks like an eye of a goat. But yeah, so the artwork is awesome. That's what drew me in the first place. Anyway, so songs. Okay, so the album starts off with the song "Infected." It's just meh. I mean, it's very instrument driven. Like, yeah, there are vocals, but not much. But yeah, the song's just meh. Body Bag is the same way. Again, very instrument driven. A few vocals here and there, but not much. Same thing with Chopped in Half. Same thing with Circle of the Tyrants. Dying is just meh. But the album picks up, really picks up, with the sixth song, Finally Arise. Yeah, it's another song like the rest, above it, where it's very instrument driven, not much in terms of vocals, although there's a slightly more vocals on this one. But it's still really good. Yeah, the only like memorable part of the vocals is the chorus, Finally Arise. But it's still a pretty good song. But the best song, at least in my opinion, my favorite song on this album, and I think it's the best song on the album, is the title track, Cause of Death. Um, the first time listening to this album, I got through Infected, and then all the way to the sixth song, Finally Rise. I thought that was pretty good, but I didn't have much hope for this album. But then when the song Cause of Death came on, I'm like, okay, this is actually really good. More of this kind of song on this album, please. It's just really good. It has a really good, and really, not really catchy, but really memorable, guitar riff. John Tardy's vocals on here are amazing. Is it John Tardy? I think it is. Hold on. Yep, John Tardy. Okay, so yeah, his vocals on this are really good. But yeah, Cause of Death, the title track is amazing. Track number 8, Memories Remain. This one's really good too. And then last track, Turned Inside Out, is pretty good. So, I mean, there were like 3 more tracks, tracks 10 to 11, but they're demo versions, which I don't. Majority of the time, I don't like demo versions of songs. But yeah. So this album, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I mean, majority of this album has boring songs on it. Like songs 1 to 5 are really boring. Yeah, they're more instrument driven, which is I guess fine usually, but I don't know. It just doesn't really work with old school death metal all that much. Maybe unless you're talking about the band Death, they do it really well, and Morbid Angel too. But I don't know. Majority of old school death metal bands, I don't usually do very large sections of song. Like, okay, so yeah, majority of old school death metal bands just don't do a very good job in terms of if like a song that's mostly instrumental, only a few vocals here and there. Again, Morbid Angel and Death did that really well, but as for most death metal bands, not so much. But yeah, it's just majority of this album is just boring and forgettable. Again, but songs like from like 6 to 9 are actually really good. But yeah, it could have been a whole lot better. This album did have potential, but majority of the songs are just boring and forgettable. But yeah, that's a 4 out of 10. I don't know. Maybe this album needs to grow on me a bit, but as of right now, I don't think very highly of it. But yeah. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.